Licence to occupy, Action World Taupo Limited. Good afternoon, Ella.
Good afternoon. So this item would normally go to the Reserves Committee, but we received the application after that last Reserves Committee meeting. So Action World Taupo Limited, and I have Paul from Action World behind us.
Afternoon, Paul.
He's available if you have any questions. So we have been working with Action World to find suitable locations for them to put an inflatable obstacle course on our reserve land over the summer, partly to provide an activity for children and adults, but more importantly to create more awareness of Action World. Action World have said that they're kind of struggling with their business a wee bit because of the location, so hopefully this idea will create more awareness out there and get more people going to Action World.
I'd move the resolution, Mr. Chairman.
Seconded. We moved and seconded. Any discussion while Paul's here? Councillor Christowski?
A question. The red blobs, do they indicate the actual size in proportion to the reserve?
The red squares indicate 14 square metres, the size of the obstacle course.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. Councillor Hickling?
I've just got a little concern that these are two very high-profile sites, and whilst I see that we've got a confidential note in our files, I think that's a really reasonable price for these two prominent sites, and I've just got a little concern of that it's a bit cheap, personally. I know, yeah, I'm not divulging what the price is, but for me it's...
be based on the concessionaire's model, is it?
It takes into consideration weather, and that they might not actually be there every day. So on rainy days, and we do quite often have a lot of rainy days.
Summer months, February is a really good fine weather month. It's just me. I've just got that concern that I think they're real high-profile sites, and I need to voice that opinion, Your Worship.
Cool. Ella, just have you, and obviously Paul's here, the state of the actual equipment, obviously it's had a bit of life out at the airport. It's brand new, this one? Cool. Okay, cool. No, that's great. Thank you. Councillor Pike?
I do support this in principle, but I had the same sort of concern as Councillor Hickling, but I would hope that the concession price to utilise this activity will be reflected to be affordable for everybody. Let's hope.
Well, I'd say it's $5 for two people, but it's I'm all for that. It's really good for the holiday period to have an activity. I'm just a little concerned about the lease fee, licence fee.
Just 13 bar 5, the bottom picture there, Ella. Normally we have a concessionaire on that corner. Is there a concessionaire there this year as well?
There is, but their licence to occupy permits them to operate up until the 15th of January. So you'll see in the report I've commented that we've suggested that they start operating from the 19th to allow that reserve a few days to recover.
Okay, so it won't be, the whole lot won't be taken up, there will be a space there. Yeah. Cool. Okay.
Chairman, Councillor Hickling's real concern that it states from the ages of 6 to 60, which means he won't be able to participate.
I won't be able to go on there.
Cool. Okay, I think
but he's all right.
It was Councillor Boddy that moved it, and seconded by...
I just had a quick question for Ella. Sorry. Where's the ice rink going?
The ice rink, if you look at that...
other side of the putt-putt.
The other side.
Other side. So the other side. So closest to as well. Yeah.
Cool. Seconded by Councillor Williamson. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against? Carried. Thank you, Ella. Thank you, Paul. See you. Item number 14, Turangi Netball Pavilion, town lease and gifting building.
So this item again...
Good night, Craig.
Yeah, we've got some angels. Yeah.
Come on up, angels, if you want to come up and sit. Closer.
John on the left is the president of the Turangi Angels Netball Club, and her daughter Christina is a coach of the club.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
Cool.
I think that should.
Okay, any questions or queries, councillors, please? Item number 14, Councillor Cousins.
Through the chair, welcome ladies. We had a discussion at the community board level yesterday for the councillors as well about what we want to do in regards to this, and we're keen to, from the level, to see you progress with this, with the recommended resolution. My one concern is that a few years ago, maybe 10 years ago, we used to do business house netball there. Do you remember, if you can cast your mind back, mixed netball, it was great fun. And we used a pavilion back then, so I would think that with netball being so strong in Turangi's blood, that you would still allow that to be used for that sort of event. You would? Yeah. Yeah, no, I know. And to the council, I say that Turangi, netball in Turangi it's really imperative. It's a well engaged sport, and both Councillor Stewart and I support this.
Yeah, very strongly. It was a really good, robust discussion we had yesterday at the board level, and it was all positive, so we're really happy.
Great, good news.
And Mr Chairman, I was at the Turangi Community Board meeting when the ladies gave their presentation, and not only the fact it's to do with what their sport is, it's what they're prepared to do to that building, and I think it's going to add a lot, so you certainly have my support.
Okay, well that's great. Councillor Hickling?
Yeah, I fully support this, but you're taking on an awful big commitment to renovate this building. Looking at these photographs here, man, I just, yeah.
Passionate about it, and in order for my children to stay, I've helped them achieve that by giving them a base. If it means they spend every spare moment there doing whatever I have to do, as long as they benefit from it, I'm happy.
Good, yeah.
But it's just so much potential in Turangi. It's going to help them grow. And it's not only 24, there's tennis and everything else. We just really want to be able to utilise a toilet when we can, or have little gatherings, have umpiring sessions, but we've got nowhere.
Yeah. No, I just look at the photographs and I think, good on you for taking it on, that's all.
DIY and
Councillor Hickling's available on the weekend.
I'm good with the paper.
Decorator. Councillor Cousins?
I'd like to recommend a resolution.
No, I'd like to see.
Thank you. Seconded by Councillor Stewart, moved by Councillor Cousins. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those against? Carried. Thank you, girls. Thank you for coming up and making the trip. Well done. Item number 15. Tikapua Point Reserve Land Exchange Update.
The last one from me. This is a pretty mechanical report. Basically, it's agreeing with the recommendation from the Fences, Reserves and Doles Committee that Council revoke its earlier decision, which was to commence the process of consulting on the proposed land exchange.
Councillor Park? Councillor Hickling?
Seconded.
Hickling, Hickling. Councillor Hickling, okay. It's been moved and seconded. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against? Carried. Item 16, members' reports. I'll table those through to Shani and Tina. Thank you very much.
Jim, just on the membership reports, as I said before, I went to the last Mobility Committee meeting. In regards of the supermarkets in town, is there any, in law or in resource consents, in regards of building alterations that then may make it harder for people with disabilities to move in and out or around as part of a building consent?
There are minimum standards, and they would have been checked at the time of building consent.
Okay, am I able to have what those standards are, so I can go and have a look myself? They're able to have access and get around, but it's made very, very difficult. Secondly, at the moment, it's a mouthful. I think it's the Mobility Access Action Committee or something. They want to call themselves Access Taupo. Now, I'm not sure whether that because the type with the council, whether that's something that has to go through council procedures or what Mrs. Jakes is shaking her head. So for instance, if the committee come to us, we can just say, yeah, fine.
Yeah, my understanding of their committee set up by them, on their own rights, so they can change their name to whatever they wish to.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Boddy. All right, everyone's tabled them. Councillor Cousins?
I raised. One was Go Tongariro. There was a little bit of dissension at the AGM they had, and the fallout from that 24 hours later was not good. Over lack of traction, buy-in from members and non-members, and it was pretty disastrous. We came away thinking that I put a ring around Go Tongariro and said 18 months to prove yourselves, or council not going to be looking at it very favourably if you can't help self-fund as per our long-term plan. We had a third. We wanted them to fund themselves 30%. I went to their meeting last night, and I've got to tell you, it was the most invigorated meeting I've had, and we have got some fantastic stuff all of a sudden out of the woodwork. They've all made this concerted effort to get runs on the board and make things happen. So it was a good thing that the AGM was a disaster, because it set the match, lit the match for everyone to get cracking. And just the second thing is, John, Earhard's garage at Mochiwaka. I know we've had words with him about parking stuff. We were going to put a footpath across the road. He's still parking vehicles there. He'll bring a trailer in and park a boat behind it, blocking the entry again. Can we follow that up, please? Yeah. But it's a safety issue.
I've been looking out every time I've gone to Turangi. He hasn't had it.
Yeah.
He's had a gap there. He has had
the gap is there, but one side he'll have his little jet skis, and on the other side he'll have his truck parked with a boat that he's selling. And it's like, in case someone comes along, he'll drive the truck away. He knows how to play it, and I don't want to beat on about it, but it's a safety issue for kids down there, so
right.
It does concern me.
Have we actually been and seen him, John?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to put you on the spot. Sorry, Johnny. No, that's right, Johnny. Don't worry about it, Johnny.
At the last meeting you did mention, and it was David Greaves, and you mentioned David, so yeah it's been raised before.
Yeah.
We will get onto it.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, thank you very much. They've all been tabled. The members' report will be received and tabled. Thank you. Moved by Councillor Hickling, seconded by Councillor Cousins. Thank you. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Okay, meeting closed. Resolution, that part of the meeting, and now we have a resolution to exclude the public and move into confidence for the reasons outlined here. Could I have a move, please? Thank you, Councillor Boddy. Thank you, Councillor Williamson. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Against? Carried.